Okay, so this was the problem. Okay, those who don't have the book, please note it down. I am giving 1 minute of time. Please note it down. So there is a point charge of -2 microcoulomb. Okay, so Q is equal to Q is given as -2 into 10 to the power -6 coulombs. Okay, so these are the given data, because I told you whenever you are going to solve any problem, first you have to note all these things separately. And secondly, it is located in the center of a spherical cavity of radius 6.5. So radius of spherical cavity, radius of spherical cavity is equal to 0.065, okay, meter, right? Inside a insulated charged sphere,
So
okay.
6.50. Okay, sir. 0.6. Okay, sir.
Okay, that is
Meter.
you are telling in 10 to the -2. Okay, so same thing. Next, it is placed inside an insulated charged solid. The charge density is rho is equal to this much in the solid. Something I have missed out. In the solid. Calculate the electric field inside the solid at a distance of 9.5 centimeter from the center of the cavity. Okay. So radius of Gaussian plane. Gaussian surface, capital R. So we'll write the small r. R is equal to 9.5 into 10 to the power -2. Okay. Fine. Okay. Now first what we have to do? We have to visualize the problem first. So let us see how the thing is going to look like. So first, a point charge of this much is located in the center of a spherical cavity of radius 0.65 cm inside an insulated charged solid. Okay, first let us try to visualize the problem. Yes, can anybody visualize it? Maybe this is a little bit tough for you. So here you are having a point charge of -2 microcoulomb. Okay, microcoulomb. Fine. So this is the charge. So this is the charge. Okay. Now it is located inside an insulated charged solid. Okay. So let us see an insulated charged solid. Oh, sorry. So this is the insulated charged solid, and it is having a radius of 0.6 cm. Okay. So it is having a radius so this is going to have a radius of 0.065 meter. Okay. Okay. So this is the radius of that cavity. This is the charge. This is the cavity, and it is again placed inside a solid sphere. Okay, so this is the solid sphere. So we will bring this one. Okay. Now this portion is also solid, right? Are you getting what I am saying? Yes or no? If you are having any problem, yes.
Yes, sir.
So this is a insulated one. Inside it there is a cavity. I have placed a point charge of -2 microcoulomb inside it. Now this cavity is having a radius of 6.5 centimeter. The charge density rho, okay, where is rho? So let us see where rho is referred for this. So over here, rho is equal to this much. Okay, somehow it is not taking, fine. So this is the portion whose charge density is 7.5 into 10 to the power 5 coulomb per cm. Calculate the electric field inside the solid at a distance of 9.5 cm. Okay, so now let us find out. So this is the Gaussian surface, right? Have you understood the problem? Can you visualize the problem or not? If you are having any doubt, please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Now this is having a radius. So the radius is 0.095 meter. Okay, now you people can do it. Can you do it or not?
Yes,
Yes?
sir.
Okay, try to do it. The difficult part I have made you understand. Now you give it a try.
So charge density,
Yes?
charge plus 7.35.
I can't make out what you are saying.
The charge density is positive or negative?
Obviously, charge density is given positive 7.35 into 10 to the power 5. I know this is not a very straightforward problem. It is a little bit tedious. Ah, but don't worry, you can do it. At least give it a try. I will explain it. I am giving you all 5 minutes of time. Think about the problem, visualize it, then we'll start solving it. You keep on doing. I am playing with the picture. Yes, is there anyone who can think about how to solve it? Just give me the idea.
So
Yes?
charge enclosed within the Gaussian place is point charge, and the shell like structure.
Yes, exactly. You are absolutely correct. That's the right way of thinking and approaching the problem. Very good, excellent. I really didn't expected first year students to answer it in such a beautiful manner. Thank you very much. What is your name?
Sir Ashutosh.
Okay, Asutosh, that's great of you. Okay, so you have rightly said that first here actually we have to calculate or add two number of charges. Why? Because just have a look over here. First, this is the charge, okay, and the other charge is between the Gaussian surface and this one, okay, and the insulated surface. So this charge also we have to calculate individually, okay. So I hope everybody can answer it. Right now you have got the right approach, so I hope everybody can do it. Now keep solving it. Okay, So Q enclosed is equal to -2 microcoulomb plus Q in the cell. Now find out Q cell. Even I haven't done the, I have not solved the problem. So you do it, I'll believe you. Yes, can anybody tell me how to find Q cell?
The charge density into
Charge
volume.
density into the volume that is enclosed by the Gaussian surface and the insulating sphere. Okay, now do it. How much is V cell? How much is V cell? Four by three.
So 2.4.
Okay, let me check it out. You people keep on doing. Don't look what I am doing. You keep doing yourself. I will be doing on my own. And at the end, we will check. I am sorry to you. So can anybody tell me how much you are getting? V cell? Okay, you keep on doing. Let me check it out for myself. So V cell is coming as, okay, how much?
2.4 into 10 to the power
2.4 into 10 to the power
-3.
-3. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, so this much is coming, everyone. Yes? Everybody getting this figure? Any yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now you people do one thing, calculate the Q cell. Q cell is going to be equal to rho. Rho is the what? Okay. Now solve it.
Sir, 1793.
176.
Okay. So it is coming as 1.7
7 into 10 to the power 3.
into 10 to the power
3, sir.
okay 3. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next plus sorry, not plus, minus what is the point charge? It is 2 into 10 to the minus 6. Now how much it is?
Sir, can we neglect that?
No, we can never neglect it. We cannot neglect it. Okay. Oh, I am sorry, I made a mistake. That's why the confusion arises. So this is 10 to the minus 4. This is minus 4. So over here, rho is equal to minus 4. That's what I was wondering. It cannot be like this. So recalculate. Recalculate and tell me. Recalculate and tell me.
So 17 minus 7.
Q cell. So it is going to be 10 to the minus 8, I suppose. Is
Yes,
it?
sir. Yes, sir. Minus 8.
Fine. Now add both of them and tell me what is the final answer.
Sir, how it will become
Yes?
minus 8? It is, sir, it is coming 10 to the minus 6.
Oh, this one is coming 10 to the minus 6. Okay. No, I was just asking you all. I have not calculated it. So this becomes minus 0.3 into 10 to the minus 6, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what do we have to do? We have to calculate the electric field. Do it fast. So how you are going to calculate the electric field?
Sir, E dot ds is equal to.
Yes, that's correct. Yes, very good. So that's the right answer. So phi E. So phi E is equal to Q enclosed, okay, by epsilon 0. So Q enclosed by epsilon 0. Okay. Now find out the flux and tell me. To find out the value of this flux, find out the value and tell me.
So 0.03.
Okay, let me see. This divided by what's the value? 8.85 into 10 to the power minus
Minus
12.
12.
Okay. Now what is the answer?
3.38 into 10 to the power
Okay, 3.38 into 10 to the power
minus
6.
20.
Huh?
Minus 20. Minus 20.
Minus 20, I don't think so.
So 0.03 into 10 to the power 6.
10 to the power 6, that's correct.
Ma'am, so 0.03.
0.0, so this will be minus 8, plus 8.
Yes, yes.
Same thing. Those who can't understand, please note. Okay. Next, undo. Next is what? Next is phi E is equal to, we'll apply that formula, this formula. Or rather, I'll say we'll apply this one. Okay. Now, how much is R over here? Now, how much is R over here?
0.3.
0 point?
0.965.
Yes, 0.095. Okay. So from here, you can easily find out the value of your E vector. So find it out. So E vector is equal to Okay, you have calculated? So how much you are getting?
So 29 10 to the power 8.
Okay, let us see. So this is coming as how much? How much? Yes, tell me.
So 29 to 10 to the power
29.3.
8. 83.
Okay, 83
10 to the power 8.
into 10 to the power 8. 10 to the power 8.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the answer. Okay. And what is the U means? Is there anything we have left out? Is there
Direction.
anything? Yes.
Direction.
Yes, of course we have left out the direction. So now let us put it. Is it okay, everybody? Is there anything else we have left out? Yes?
Sir, minus sign.
Should there be a minus sign? I don't think so. What else we have left out?
The charge
What
is negative.
else? Yes?
Charge is negative over.
Oh, yes, yes, you are right. All these are minus. What else we have left out? Calculation part is correct. What else we have left out? Yes?
Unit.
Yes, we have left out the unit. And what is the unit?
Voltmeter.
Okay, that's it. Okay. Ultimately, we solved this problem. This was a little bit tedious. Okay, let us check whether the answer is correct or not. Okay. My goodness, their answer is coming something different.
Sir, we are
Yes.
getting
We are getting
different charge, sir. Sir, charge is 3.3 in 10 to power 4. And there 10 to power 8.
oh, this is 10 to the power 4. This is 10 to the power 4. Oh, I should have solved it myself. I should not have depended on you people. Okay, at least you got to know how to solve this problem. Now, if there is any mistake, please rectify it. Okay. If possible, today I will rectify it myself. Okay.
So can you show again the code?
Question.
Answer.
Yes, yes, of course. Total charge is this much. Here we have made the mistake. This is the value. From where we have made this mistake. Where? Let us see. Oh, it is 1.7 in 20 to the power minus 6. 1.79 in 20 to
So
the
the
minus
value
6.
epsilon is equal to 0.0338 into 10 to the power 6.
Where, where,
Then
where? Where is the
here,
mistake?
here the flux.
Okay, here the problem is there, right?
Yes, 0.0338 into 10 to the power 6.
Okay, so this will be 0.33.
03.
This one.
No. The electric flux will be 0.033.
Okay, 0.0. 0.33
Yes,
into
and
10
10
to
to
the
the power
power.
6.
Okay, that is what we have done. Doesn't
Then it
matter.
is
Same.
that then it is 3.38 into 10 to the power 4.
This is 10 to the power 4.
No, here it's 6. Then we rewrite it into 3 into 3.
Okay. Yes. You are correct. Right. Okay, so here we have made that mistake. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so this one is now
4.
coming as 4, right? 4. This again is going to be 4. Now recalculate and tell me. Recalculate it, please. Okay, how much?
So 2.9.
2.98. Okay, into 10 to the power 5. Okay. Let us see how much. Hey, it's coming too different.
So we take the
So here lies the problem. The total value is coming as 1.794.
so here the Q
Almost.
total, the Q2 we take 1.7. Here he take 1.794. That's why our charge is getting 0.03 and here
There,
it is
there.
0.20.
Exactly. You are absolutely correct. Okay. Now let me calculate it myself. Okay. The problem is that I don't have a calculator right now. Okay. Let me calculate. So your total charge. Please be online. I am calculating. Please be online. I am calculating. Two point 4 4. Okay. Into 10 to the minus 3. That's correct. Multiplied with 7.35 into 10 to the power minus 4. Yes, here somebody has made the mistake. It's coming 9 into 10 to the minus 6 minus 2 into 10 to the power. So this one is coming as this one is coming as 0.205 206 is divided by now this one is coming this one is coming 0.0232 into 10 to the power 6. Please correct it. I am verifying it myself. So this one is coming as minus 205 into 10 to the power 3. So this is the answer I am getting. Is it the one that you people are getting? Yes, both of them are same. Please note it down. Please note it down. Are you all listening or not? Is the voice audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just note it
Yes.
down. So now is it okay? I hope everybody is happy with the answer. No confusion, nothing.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So with this entire chapter comes to an end. So now let us move on to the next chapter. Or shall I solve the other problem? I hope you can solve it yourself. Okay. So now let us move on to the next chapter, that is on electric potential, chapter number 23. Is there anyone with any sort of doubt? Yes? Okay. Okay, so this is the next chapter. So the next chapter is on electric potential, and these are the things that we will cover in this chapter. So these are the things we need to cover in this chapter. So first we'll study about this electric potential energy. Okay. Rather than directly moving to electric potential, we should go after completing electric potential energy, because from calculating from energy, electric potential is very easy. Okay. Now we'll study about this electric potential energy, and we'll try to derive the expression for 2 point charges and n number of point charges. Next we will go for this electric potential and learn how to calculate this electric potential. Then we'll study about electric equipotential surface, and finally we'll go for potential gradient. And potential gradient, over there we'll study about something known as a del operator. This del operator is a very popular operator in vector calculus. Okay, so we'll study about that, and this del operator will be very much utilized at many places, particularly when we need to find the relationship between electric potential and electric field. Other is also going to be used in Ampere law, on Ampere and circuital law, in Maxwell's equation. So at many places we'll deal with this del operator. So let us move. Okay. The first one is electric potential energy. Okay. So we all know that energy stored is equal to work done. So rather let us start our discussion with the work done. Okay. So what is work done? So obviously it is the force in the direction of displacement into displacement. Now over here, as you people can see in this cartoon, that this fellow is actually pulling this box. Okay, he is pulling this box, applying a force of F vector. Okay, F is written in bold, that means it is a vector quantity. Now obviously this force is making an angle of theta with respect to this horizontal plane. Okay, but over here it is written as force in the direction of displacement. Now the box is actually not moving in an inclined manner, it is moving on the surface of the plane. So the displacement is along the surface, and therefore the component of the force which is along the direction of the displacement should be taken into account. Okay. So over here, work done is not equal to F vector dot F vector modulus into the distance that the box has covered. Rather, we will say that the component of the force in the direction of displacement. So obviously, this is the component of the force which is along the direction of the displacement. So this is F cos theta. Okay. So F cos theta multiplied with your displacement, that is your D vector over here. Now in this expression, I have not used any F, neither I have used F or D in vectorial notation. The reason is that ultimately your work done is a scalar quantity. So over here we are not going to represent in that way. So W is equal to F cos theta, and it is multiplied with the distance that the box has moved by the application of the force. So ultimately with some rearrangement we can say W is equal to Ft cos theta. Now this is a very familiar term, and as your force and displacement are two vector quantities, therefore your work done is going to be the scalar or the dot product of force and displacement. Uh, Dear students, I am having a little bit of headache, so let me end the class over here. Okay? So I hope you people will not mind.
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
Actually,
Take rest.
the thing is that today is a very hectic day for me. After this, at one from 1 to 2, I am having a class. From 2 to 4, I am again having a lab. I don't know how I am going to manage the lab, but still then I'll try. Okay, let us stop our class over here. Please be online. Let me take your screenshot.
Good afternoon, all of you.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Um, I think, have we finished doing orientational view of argumentation? Are we done with that?
Yes.
Okay, so we start with a new chapter. Okay. The next chapter is argument culture and ethics. Now we'll talk about how to make effective arguments in a multicultural setup. Because when we are arguing uh, with people from different cultural setup, we tend to have a lot of misunderstanding, and these misunderstanding can often lead to violence. So, what is the procedure to to make an argument with a multicultural audience? So, we will be learning about argument culture and ethics in this class, because human societies are complex and each society has its own identity, own story, own value system, and together taken they are called culture. So arguments which often take place among people with a differing cultural background or differing set of experience and values might tend to be misplaced because of a lack of common approach for understanding. And this might lead to misunderstanding and misinterpreting arguments, which could often lead to violence. And that is why there is a need to understand the different cultural setup or different cultural values and find out a very conducive way of placing our things or making them understand, because argument is all about an attempt to influence our audience. So when we are making an argumentation, we are basically trying to influence the other person. We are trying to convince or persuade them to believe in what we understand or what we believe in. Now, in choosing to make argument our tool, we we choose to be more democratic, because we believe in giving them a line of dialogue. So we encourage dialogue while we are choosing argumentation over coercion. So when we are not coercing, we are not compelling or forcing people and choosing argument to influence our audience, then we are trying to be more democratic, and we are also encouraging a dialogue because it's a two-way process. So, in a multicultural world, there are many approaches to seeking to influence others who do not share the same assumption as us. So, what we're basically doing here We are trying to influence others who do not. First, we are pertinently trying to influence others who do not share the same cultural experience or stories that we have. Now, while doing so, there are different approaches, and we are going to learn the two most effective approaches to use in a multicultural setup. Uh, if you are listening, I don't know, but those who are listening, is this clear to you? In this, in argument culture and ethics, we will try to learn using two basic approaches to making an argument in a multicultural setup. So we will learn the two approaches of how to argue, how to convince, how to persuade our audience who do not share our cultural experience or cultural narratives. So that is the purpose. So we are being very specific here. Now we will talk about two approaches. The first one is the pro-con argument. And in the pro-con argument, as the name suggests, we uh, we explore the opposite sides of a case. So either it's the pro or the con. So you take a position. Uh, Either you're trying to look at the benefits or the demerits. So that's the first approach, the pro-con argument, which explores opposite sides of a case through explicit arguments, which happens in political debates and in the courts. Now, when we are arguing from a pro and con approach, the emphasis is on confrontation. We are confronting our opponent. We are directly confronting our opponent because we have the opposite position. We take an opposite stand here. So the emphasis is on confrontation, competition, and winning. Now, please listen to this carefully. When it's a pro con argument, you either lose the argument or you win the argument. There's no third alternative, there's no third option. So, for example, with this claim that beauty contest is harmful for women as people, you make a pro-con argument here. Either you fight or either you argue for it or against it. Now, when you're doing this, the emphasis is on confrontation. You're confronting face off with your opponent. So it's a competition where the thrust is on winning or losing. So you either win the argument or lose the argument. But the positive side of the pro-con argument is it reveals the underlying facts in a controversy. So when you are making a pro-con, when you're using the pro-con approach to argument, you also reveal the different facts around the controversy. So some of you will highlight the benefits and the opponents will highlight the demerits. So all the facts come up. All the facts of the controversy comes up. Now that's the pro-con argument. The second approach is the collaborative approach. Now here the issue is often not composed of two sides. So we don't look at an issue as having only two sides, but it is a crystal of many sides. Now you can give an analogy that the pro-con argument is like a coin which has two sides. So you explore either of the sides. And a collaborative approach is like a crystal crystal has many cuts, many sides. So a collaborative approach is like a crystal which has many sides or many aspects to it. So while you are arguing from a collaborative approach, you are basically trying to touch upon all these aspects. You are trying to explore all the aspects. So what happens is this approach promotes open-mindedness, good listening, and most importantly, it gives you alternative approaches to problem solving. Now, collaborative approach is pertinently used when you're trying to solve an issue or resolve a problem. Now, while doing that, you need to explore all the aspects, all the perspectives of the problem. So now, when you are using a collaborative approach, what you're doing is you're basically promoting open-mindedness because you're open to all, even contradictory point of views. So you're open to all contradictions. Vis-a-vis, the pro-con approach will is emphasizes only on confrontation. So you're confronting, so you're competing because you want to win the argument. You don't want to seek alternatives to the problem solving. You don't want to resolve an issue. So it's competition. You want to win. So the objective here is winning the argument. And since winning is our goal, we emphasize on confrontation and competition. But in a collaborative approach, the objective is to find alternatives to problem solving. What are the ways in which we can resolve this issue? This, or that, all these approaches. So this promotes open-mindedness, good listening, definitely good listening because you're listening to all the approaches, to the many approaches or to the many sides of the story, which could also mean that it differs or it contradicts your beliefs. So this promotes good listening and promotes open-mindedness. And the objective here is to resolve an issue. Collaborative approach, since it promotes good listening, it also signifies that by listening and showing respect to others' views, we can discover new perspective on the issues. So when we are listening, when we are open, when we don't shun ourselves, then it also means that there is a possibility that we can discover many different alternative point of view or different alternative opinions to the issue. So these are the two issues. These are the two approaches. Sorry, these are the two approaches to a multicultural argument. One is the pro-con argument approach, and the other one is collaborative approach. So the collaborative approach the collaborative approach promotes open-mindedness because the objective is to resolve an issue. Whereas pro and con approach, the objective is winning the argument. So confrontation is the means through which competition is the means through which you win an argument. So when winning is on your mind, you go in for a pro-con approach. But when you try to resolve a problem, you go in for collaborative approach. And collaborative approach, if you recall, of the three perspectives of argumentation, we talked about the dialectical perspective. And dialectical perspective of argumentation promotes collaborative approach. Because the dialectical perspective of argumentation promotes a dialogue. We were talking about the Socratic dialectics. So you reach at the truth through a dialogue. There's a dialogue. It's a dialogic process where you reach the ultimate truth. That's what the Greeks believed, the ancient Greeks believed, and also the ancient Indians believed. So we always appreciated and encouraged a process of dialogue, and dialogues are more democratic. So collaborative approach is an offshoot of your dialectical perspective of argumentation. Because this encourages uh, listening to listening to the multiple perspectives of an issue or a problem. And this could mean multiple perspectives, could also mean a lot of contradictory views. So ultimately, what we do in a collaborative approach is we try to reconcile all these contradictory opinions and try to reach the most reasonable of solution. So collaborative approach, which could be an offshoot of your dialectical perspective of argumentation, is uh, gives you a broader view of an issue. So this promotes open-mindedness, good listening, and it also shows that you respect others' views. And by doing so, the most important thing is eventually we discover new perspectives on the issue. Because good listening, not all great ideas come from within, isn't it? And I think your class, especially, your class must practice good listening. So, collaborative approach gives you a broader view on lot of issues, and since not all great ideas come from within us, we must be patient listeners. We must listen to what others are saying, because maybe sometimes ideas click or ideas come from others. So listen doesn't always mean agreeing, but listening does a lot of good things. You will be able to discover new perspectives, like it is said, and when you're listening, you're also uh, enhancing your interpersonal relationship, because when you listen, uh, the speaker feels elevated, feels feels good about himself or herself, and it boosts or enhances his or her confidence. So when you listen, it also signifies that you show respect to the other person, and it's definitely going to boost your interpersonal relationship. So these are the two approaches to making an argument in a multicultural setup to people who do not share our own cultural experiences. It could be collaborative and pro and con approach, two approaches. Now, coming to the four cultural patterns of argumentation. We have four cultural patterns of argumentation. One is deductive, the other one is inductive, we have abductive, and the fourth one is narrative. So, four cultural patterns of argumentation. Now, deductive pattern. Gurman is not there. I can't see Gurman Singh. Is he there in the class today?
No, ma'am.
He's absent today.
No, ma'am. He's present, I guess.
Oh, but he's not responding. He's sleeping today. Okay. So who's actively listening to the class? Who's there
Hello,
besides you?
ma'am. Now I'm audible.
Yes, yes, good man. Yes, you're audible.
Yeah. Actually, I
Okay.
don't know. My mic was not working. I was saying.
Okay. So I was just wondering where are you? Because yes, there are very handful of students who are active in the theory class. I mean, I can see you. I think the CTC lab is the only lab where I guess you thoroughly enjoy the CTC lab because it's completely your lab. So you don't do anything that you want to. But I just want to make one point is. Let's not cross the level of decency because it's a formal classroom. I don't mind you making pranks and doing fun because this is the time when you are supposed to make pranks and do fun, so it's all right. It's not quite offensive, but I think there is a limit, and I think all of you understand the meaning of decent behavior. So, since this is a formal platform, this is a formal classroom, uh, we should not be indecent in our language, in our behavior. So that's the only thing I need to say. But otherwise, it's okay. I think this is the only lab I guess you thoroughly enjoy. So it's your lab. It's meant for you to speak, but while doing fun, you also the objective it should be that you must learn something. And I'm also keenly listening to all your conversations. So, at some point of time, I'll be also evaluating you. Yeah, so just keep that in mind. And keep enjoying the lab. I don't mind that. Okay, Gurman, I want you to read this because there are very handful of students who are really active in the CTC class, theory class. Vis-a-vis the. Okay.
Four cultural patterns for argumentation. Deductive pattern. States claim explicitly. Subsequent statements designed to support the initial claim. Disagreement with another position is assumed. Reasoning is usually quasi-logical and casual.
Okay, thank you. So, if you didn't understand, no issues. We'll come to this. Now, who's going to read the inductive pattern? Pranab Naik, are you there? Pranab? Oh, Manish Kumar has raised the hand. So, Manish, will you be able to read this?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Inductive pattern. One speaker has a viewpoint. The speaker uses various examples to support that viewpoint. The general claim being supported can be started at either the beginning or the end. Additional examples and cognition to the viewpoint.
Okay, thank you. Now, let's come to inductive pattern vis-a-vis the deductive pattern. Now, what does inductive pattern of argumentation say? Now, inductive pattern says that you have to first provide specific examples. So, and then ask students to infer or deduce the rule. So you're supposed to, in the inductive approach, you provide examples first, lot of examples, and then the learners or we go on to deduce the rules from the examples. We definitely observe a pattern from the example and then we deduce the rule. But the deductive approach says you first give the rule and then supply examples. Okay, illustrate that with examples. So that's as simple as that. So don't go by the jargons that's written here. Those are textual. But to simplify it, deductive pattern first explains the or gives you the rule and then provides examples. Inductive is the other way around, vice versa. You first provide a lot of examples, and then uh, the audience deduces the or infers the rule. Now, coming to example, uh, yeah. So, Sudhanshu, are you there? Sudhanshu Prasad,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, please read this,
Yes, ma'am.
the deductive method. Yeah.
Ma'am, actually, my net is a little slow, so I can't see the screen properly.
Okay, okay, Sudhanshu, leave it, leave it. I'll read this. Don't worry. And is she there in the class today? With Ishi Bebab, are you there in the class today? Is he there? Let me find out. Yes, he's there. So Ishi, you have you're just sleeping for the attendance. Okay, Ishi, once you wake up, just raise your hand or ping.
Yes, ma'am, you are calling.
Yes, I'm calling.
Yes, ma'am.
So Ishi, so keep your microphone. I mean, don't go off to sleep. Don't go off to in a cognito mode. I will ask you to read the next slide. Okay. So
Okay, ma'am.
now, what the deductive method does is you uh, give the rule first. So here's the rule. So bachelors are unmarried men, and then I go on to give the example. Bill is unmarried. Therefore, Bill is a bachelor. If you remember the syllogism, the three statement logic that we were talking about in the previous chapter, syllogism, three statements. So there's a major premises, minor, and then there's a conclusion. So bachelors are unmarried men. So you have the theory first and then the example. You have the rule first and then the example. All men are mortal. Now Joe is a man, therefore Joe is mortal. But what happens in inductive method is you give a lot of examples and then deduce the rule. This cat is black, that cat is black, a third cat is black. Therefore, all cats are black. So, example 1, 2, 3, and then we find a common pattern, there's a common thread, and then we deduce, infer a rule. Similarly, in the second example, now this marble from the bag is black, that marble is black, now the third marble is black. Therefore, all the marbles in the bags are black. So the deductive pattern of argumentation gives the rule first, example later, inductive rule, examples first, rule later. As simple as that. Now coming to the abductive pattern. Inductive, deductive, abductive. Please remember this. Okay, Ishi, go ahead, read this.
Yes, ma'am.
Read.
For cultural patterns, argumentation, abductive pattern, speakers work collaboratively to reach a conclusion. Speakers share reasoning. One speaker's statement may serve as a premise for the other's claim. Hypothetical cases may be used to test the speaker's reasoning. The conclusion is not stated at the beginning but emerges from the discussion.
Right, right. Okay. Uh, Now, abductive reasoning is is the best guess. Now, what happens in abductive pattern is you observe certain things, and from the observation, you try to make the best guess. So now, abductive reasoning is to abduce or a logical assumption or a hypothesis or the best guess. So you have a set of observations to make. You do make a set of observations, and from these observations, you try to deduce or you try to make the best possible guess, infer what could have happened. So the meaning of abduce is to take away. What was your takeaway from these observations? So the best guess that you make is the conclusion, or the conclusion that you draw from these observations that you have made is the abductive pattern. Now, abductive reasoning or abductive pattern is not always correct. That's because the conclusion that you draw is based on your guess, is based on a hypothesis. And hypothesis may not be true, or this may be true or may not be true. So the abductive reasoning could be the conclusion from the abductive reasoning could be true or could not or may not be true. That's because the conclusion is drawn from the best guess or a hypothesis. It you need to verify it further to know or to check out whether it's true or not. Now let's look at it at this example. Uh, who's there now? Yeah. Oh yes, Deep. Yes, yes. Congratulations. You were nominated. You were elected as the CR. Uh, but I was literally, I mean, the kind of speeches that you made, no wonder. I don't blame any one of you. I think except Gurman. Gurman didn't give you, didn't, tempt you with all kind of illogical things. The all of you, gave away kind of freebies. This is what we are going to do for you. This is what we're going. But I really don't blame you for this because we are responsible for this kind of value that you're taking in. Look at our leaders. Look at our politicians. They're they're giving freebies, and Naveen Patnaik is number one in that. He offers all freebies. Class 12 students free laptop. Class 9 students free cycle and free ration, free everything. Yes, look, yes, yes, Gurman, I did. I think you're the only one who did not, who did not give them freebies, who did not offer any freebies, but all of you offered freebies. I mean, but seriously, I don't blame you. That was all fun. I literally rolled on the ground listening to all those speeches. I was laughing, and I do laugh. I mean, I have a hearty laugh in your lab class also, because you are all in your elements in the lab. So, so I don't want to stop you from that. So have as much fun as you want to, but I want you to learn something. I want you to take away something from this class. But yeah,
And
yeah.
Deep's speech was better than Rahul Gandhi's speech.
Whose speech is better? I mean, you can't compare
मैम
them with Rahul Gandhi.
आगे से आलू डालूंगा पीछे से सोना निकलेगा
No,
उससे
no,
तो
no, no,
अच्छा है ना मैम
no, no, no. You can't come. They are all sensible
yes
students, Ishi. They are all
yes
very
मैम
sensible. They,
अरे जो भी हो मीम जो वायरल हुआ वही होता है
Ra- Ra- Rahul is a different species. I don't know. Rahul
He is
Gandhi is a
uncomparable.
different species altogether. But no, but
एलियन में
I was having a very hearty laugh with all those speeches. But that's a different thing. But when we come to the ethics, the unit on ethics, the module on ethics, I really want you to take away something from that. So
I'm your ओडिया और नॉन ओडिया
what do you
ना
think?
ओडिया ओडिया ମୁଁ ଓଡିଆରେ କଥା ହେଇଥିଲି ଫୋନରେ ହଁ ମନେ ପଡିଲା yes ma'am got it
କାଇଁ ମୁଁ ନନ୍ ଓଡିଆ ହେଇଥିଲି କଣ ହେଇଥାନ୍ତା?
ଓଡିଆ ହେଇଥିଲେ ମାନେ ଇଜିଲି କମ୍ୟୁନିକେଟ ଇଜିଲି କରିହବ ଅଲଗା ନନ୍ ଲାଙ୍ଗୁଏଜ ହେଇଥିଲେ ଜଣାନି
ଠିକ 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 ନାଇଁ ମୋ ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଇଜିଲି ତମେ ଓଡିଆରେ ଇଂଲିଶରେ ଆଉ ହିନ୍ଦୀରେ କମ୍ୟୁନିକେଟ କରିପାରିବ I'm
yes
comfortable
ma'am
with all these three language but anyway has Deep offered you all those that he promised you? He has promised you so many things, but besides that, where do all these things come from our politicians? So I don't really blame you because we are the one who are responsible. As parents, if I break the traffic rules, what will my kid learn from me? It's okay. I mean, it's cool. My mom breaks the traffic rule, she drives out, and nobody is pointing at her, so it's cool. So this is the idea that our children get when we act irresponsibly. We give them an example of we give them an example of being irresponsible is cool. So that's the whole point basically. So We'll come to that later. Let's come back to uh, uh, this abductive patterns. So I'm sure all of you must be having a great time with Deep as your CR. And I hope that Deep becomes more responsible and uh, very, very responsible CR for all of you. And he becomes a very glaring example for all of you to follow. Uh, yeah. What? You didn't vote for you didn't vote for Deep. Now Deep will get angry like Mamta Didi and he's going to smash you.
And then we will also get angry. Then we will snatch the power
Over in
from
the
him.
second day.
And
Now,
actually, real power have Lucas.
look at
He is from West Bengal.
it's yeah
Ma'am, now
exactly.
Ankit is offended.
See, this is what I was telling. So we learn our values from our leaders, and exactly, Ankit, you proved my point. So Mamta Didi is doing exactly the same thing. You didn't vote for me, I'll smash you. चलो इसको पीटो पकड़ के बस इसकी धुलाई करो अब दीप तुम्हारी धुलाई करेगा. Exactly. So
Deep is not like Mamta Didi.
oh, okay, he's not from
Deep's two legs are okay, but Mamta's one tongue actually.
So, the moment he won the election,
Player.
he started running, you see. वो कुर्सी से उठ के खड़ी हो गई. अभी खेला वो बे. Now it'll all start. Don't worry. Now the BJP will also retort to all this violence. Look at what's happening in West Bengal. Seriously, very painful.
Ma'am, they were
Well,
also
there was
beating
one
to
more
the. They
candidate.
were also hitting to women's also.
Named Legend.
Those TMC workers.
Yeah. That has been that has been a tradition in West Bengal.
Yes,
And I'm
ma'am,
sure
it is
Ankit will agree
traditional.
to that.
It is traditional.
Yeah, Ankit will agree to that. It's a tradition. So,
Today, ma'am, few BJP workers' family also left Bengal and they have moved to Assam for
Yeah.
safety reason.
yeah. So the Congress was there and the left came with all this
And while reaching, they faced the earthquake over there.
earthquake. Where's the earthquake?
Yes, ma'am. 3.8 magnitude.
3.8
Yes, ma'am.
this morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I didn't see the news today. Okay, maybe. But I don't think that is more harmful. I mean, that is okay, I guess. 3.8.
Yes, ma'am. 3.8 is a minor one.
Yeah. Yeah, Sudhanshu, you were telling me something. Yeah.
Ma'am, there was one more candidate named Legend.
Who?
No one knows who is Legend, but he also tried.
Definitely Deep. He sounds like Deep.
And he came from time machine, ma'am.
And where's the only female candidate? Where is she? Where's that female leader? I'd like to see her.
She voted
Gorilla.
for Gayatri.
Gorilla.
I mean, seriously, she
voted for Gurman.
Yes, and she said, I'm not going to vote for myself. She said that. Well, Sai, right? The name is
And
Sai.
next time the CRs who will participate in election, their logo should be also there.
Yes. And
Then what should I put for you, Ishi?
Gurman, I think it was a mutual deal. Gurman votes for Sai, Sai votes for Gurman.
Mutual understanding.
Yes, mutual understanding. True. Mutual understanding. That's right. So I vote for you.
I've never voted for myself since I was in school.
Why?
In competition, I've never voted for myself.
But you were one of the candidates. You should vote
Yes,
for
ma'am.
yourself.
No, ma'am. Since my school time, I've never voted.
One vote का value में मुझको पता नहीं है वहाँ.
हाँ, one vote का value तुम क्या जानो गुरमान बाबू.
Yes.
अगर एक वोट मैं कर भी देता तब भी तो भाई बहुत दूर था.
अरे मुझे बोल देता मैं अपने पापा मम्मी सबका नंबर से लेके मैं वोट कर देता जीत जाता तू आराम से.
चलो कोई नहीं.
ईशी तूने ना ऐसे भी किसी को वोट नहीं किया.
अरे लेकिन मैं तो करवा है ना.
अब तो खुद भी कर
ईशी ने
देते।
करवाया, गुरमन के लिए करवाया उसने। Said, right, Ishi?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, good.
Ishi,
मैंने बोला था तू मुझे वोट करने वाला है।
अबे मैं करवाया ना तुझे बहुत सारा, तो उसके बाद मैं नहीं करा था, भूल गया था।
अरे ये तो प्रशांत किशोर निकला इशी। अब इसको सब पकड़ के मारेंगे। Once the college reopens, I guess all of you are going to smash Ishi.
No, no,
Yes.
all are my good friends. They cannot eat me.
Oh,
Very good friends.
very, very.
Especially
Good
of
friends. Friends, you know
Anjali
that.
and me.
Correct, Anisha.
Oh, true, true, Ishi. Very good. Okay. So I think you had a nice experience. A mock election in your class. Anyway, okay. But Anisha,
Yes, ma'am.
who three are best friends? Anisha?
Ma'am, Anisha, Anjali, and Ishi.
Oh, okay. Right. So
You can say enemy, but you cannot say best friends.
I don't consider
Friends,
you as
friends.
an enemy. Yeah. I don't consider you.
Ishi is like Prashant Kishore.
Who is Prasad Kishore?
God, he's one of the most powerful men now after Mamta Didi won the election. He
Oh,
left.
I don't know actually.
He's a poll strategist. अब ठेला हो बे. In your class, always ठेला हो बे.
But I don't like their ideology, ma'am. They're out of limit, ma'am. They're doing something out of limit, ma'am.
Why Gurman? Why Anisha is like Sonia Gandhi? My God, I see her very sensible girl.
Huh? What's wrong? Ma'am, you are wrong, ma'am.
Huh?
You are wrong.
No, I'm wrong. Oh, I thought she was a very good leader, unlike Sonia Gandhi. No,
Mamata Banerjee.
I don't look
She's
like her.
Mamata
Gurman,
Banerjee.
please.
And she's like Mamata Banerjee, ma'am. एक टंग नकली है.
Shut up. I'm not. I even don't belong to Eastern side.
Where are you from, Anisha?
Ma'am, Delhi.
Okay. Okay, but why Gurman says you are like Rahul, you're like Sonia Gandhi.
Actually, Gurman is the leader, Sardarji, and Anisha is Mamata Banerjee, and Deep is leader. She is another type of leader.
Deep is like Naveen Patnaik.
Yes, yes. Pura chupchap.
Deep is Naveen Patnaik. He
Pandian do the work, but this is the Naveen Patnaik.
So you are the Pandian, I guess.
Deep is
No,
Mamata,
I am
Anisha is
the Pandian.
Mamata Banerjee.
Pandian is, I think Sidam is the Pandian.
Oh, you are the Pandian then, no?
Deep is like Lallu Yadav. Gurban is Singh.
Lalu.
Kamrup is Lallu Yadav, I think so.
Why, man?
To see.
Group is very sensible. He's very mature.
Oh, thanks.
Exactly. So when Gurman said you're like Sonia Gandhi, I was like shocked. Oh my God! Because yes, you're very sensible. True, Anisha.
Ma'am, you don't know her yet, I think.
Ma'am, Anisha actually tees up on her, ma'am. She's saying that she is female Narendra Modi.
Yes.
Oh,
Then why you are studying? Go and
pura
Like a stall.
Okay. I will see. There's
open one tea stall near right here, then we will be the regular customer.
and lot of students tried it. No, they opened
Opening a tea stall.
tandoor chai and all kind of
Yes, ma'am. MBBS chai wala.
in front of ITR.
Sorry, MBA chai wala. I said MBBS.
Who says Modi is up to no good? My God, I'm a die-hard fan of that man.
Same here.
So I'm a diet fan of his beard.
I don't know, but I really appreciate and love that.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
you can
actually, she should
debate
be the
with
brand ambassador of
Pravirik.
Beardo, ma'am.
Ma'am, you can debate with Pravirik.
Ma'am, actually,
He's
Modi should be the
diehard
brand
fan of
ambassador of
Arvind
Beardo
Kejriwal.
company, ma'am. He should promote all these Beardo grooming kits and these all things. Nice beard, ma'am.
Oh,
Nice be, yeah.
I don't know, but this
Then
man
there would be a Dadi Badao campaign.
a lot of credibility. I mean, he's a sensible man with some values. So I appreciate. I love that man.
Actually, when you go to high
Ma'am,
position,
he's a true leader.
Yes,
I don't think so.
exactly.
Yet we have that strong leader in our country.
He's a true leader. I was reading a WhatsApp message one day in a group, and it says that if you really want, if you're so annoyed with Modi and you want to promote your own leader, then why don't you try finding out how your leader is different from Modi? Yeah, resilience. Correct. I really love Modi. Oh no. So and I had a lot of fight in my one of my WhatsApp group with my friends, those who are Modi haters. So it was a full on war actually that day.
Ma'am, I am like 70-30. 70% good and 30% really bad
ma'am,
because of his
I'm
deeds
like
during
I'm
his
like
corona.
0% supporter, 0% hater. Actually, I see the leader who is working. I will give to the vote. I will give vote to them.
How is
Yeah, but
Modi
he has
responsible
both
for this?
perspective of
He-
positive and negative
How?
role in the politics.
Just before the lockdown, you should have gone to the market and you should have seen our people don't have basic civic sense. No Modi,
Yes,
no one
ma'am.
is
You
there.
know what? You know what? The
Ma'am, that
citizen
is
of India is
ma'am,
itself
that is
creating
the
destruction in the country.
that
We
is
don't have
ma'am, that
common
is actually the
sense.
citizen mindset that won't like once the corona has happened, I won't just get another virus into me. But the actual thing was other thing. Ma'am, but Modi at that time, what he did, ma'am, he went for a stadium inauguration. Ma'am, how he can do that? Like during these days, and again also he went for the temple inauguration. Ma'am, what is this? Like
Another
during
one, ma'am,
the
Prime
now
Minister
Modi
is
is the
busy in rallying
center
to get
ruling
votes.
party, ma'am.
and
And now Modi is the
plans
center ruling party,
and
and
we
you
don't
can
have
also
any of those.
apply 365 and can hold the election in Calcutta. I mean, by applying the president rule. But after that, also they have done massive amount of rallies and etc. This is also a main cause for the corona
Arre, so
increasing
why
the
you are going in
cases.
that rally? Why you are going in that rally?
And not
Simple,
only
you
his
just
Because it's
people,
don't.
about
all
lives
other
of
parties were
people.
involved in rallies, bro. All
All
other
He
parties
yeah,
were
I'm
recently,
saying,
involved. Not only
but
recently
according
just
to the
told that
center, he has the power
not
to
won't
stop the
target only
election. Okay,
Modi,
by
won't target
applying
only
365
BJP.
and
There were
holding
14
the
parties
president
involved
rule.
in
That's
that
why I'm
rally.
saying.
There are 14 parties
I'm not.
involved in that
I'm not
rally.
only blaming
You
BJP.
know
I'm
what,
blaming all
Rishi?
three parties.
Politics doesn't work like that. Okay, they will
Then
do
it
what
works
they
according
want
to
to
you.
win.
No.
Okay. Mamta was also there. Nobody is blaming her.
When
You
I
all are
said that,
Not
I
putting
didn't
blame to
blame
Modi.
Mamta is
TMC.
not
I
Prime
said
Minister.
all the
Modi
three
is Prime
parties
Nobody is
Minister.
blaming the
equally
chief
responsible. But
minister of the
the
state,
center
Delhi.
center ruling party,
We are
he have the
people are
power to
blaming
India
stop.
is
everyone.
controlled by Modi, not Mamta.
You know the
Modi, Mamta, Kejriwal, everyone.
if we talked about his, I mean, her state. What did happen over there? Any lockdown? Any shutdown? Was there any?
okay class. Okay. Uh, there's only 10 minutes left, and before we leave, I think your face off is over. Anisha, is the face off done? Has all the groups finished it?
Ma'am, just one left.
Okay. We
Just
can
one.
have that. Yeah, we can have that in the next lab. And for all of you, Anisha, what you can do is you can again, this is an individual activity. So all of you, what you are supposed to do in the next lab is, and in the meantime, you continue reading the book and filling up the minute tracker of the book. So what you have to do is, what all of you have to do is click a photograph, or if you have already clicked a photograph that you have in your gallery, well and good. What you have to do is you have to share the photograph, share screen with us in the lab, and you have to speak a few lines about the picture. You have to give a title to the photograph and the photograph. So that has to be together. which you are going to share and present it
Any
to
kind of
Yes, ma'am.
photographs. Any kind.
any photograph, but please don't lift it from the internet. I don't want you to lift it from the internet. It should
Okay,
be
ma'am.
your own photography, and give it title, give a very suitable poetic title. Think of a title,
Ma'am,
give a very nice
photography in the sense.
title. Yeah.
I mean, we just have to click
Ma'am, it
any
can be based on
photograph.
any theme, right?
Just 1 minute, let me
Like
finish instructing you.
description of the
Just,
photograph, like
just
the
a minute.
beyond sense.
Will you please allow me to speak?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me finish my instruction, and then I'll open it for queries. A picture, you have to click it, or if you have clicked it already, well and good. Give a title to it, and when you're giving a title to it, just don't give a very very descriptive title. Give it a very poetic title, nice, with alliteration, with some figure of speech. So something which makes it really sound very, crispy. And the title and the photograph should be screen shared with all of us. Each individual will have to do it. This is an individual activity, number one. Each one of you will have to click a photograph or a clicked photograph already without lifting it from the internet. Give a very poetic title to it, very rhetorical title to it, and speak a paragraph about the photo, about how you click the photo, or why you click the photo, and what it signifies for you. How do you interpret the photo? Right? That each individual should do. And Anisha, you just have to sequence their names and call out their names one by one. Please ensure that the number of students, so you will be speaking for around 2 minutes, each candidate, 2 plus 1. That's the time slot. I don't think you can speak more than that. So 2 plus 1 will be the time. If you want to extend 1 more minute, well and good. Or else it's a 2 minute talk. And uh, you just ensure who are the members who will be speaking in this lab, or if we can finish it in one lab. You just have to ensure that, sequence their name, make it in a chronology, and ask them that, or tell them that this is the chronology and you have to speak accordingly. That's your job, Anisha, for the lab. Yeah, now questions. Yes, ask.
Ma'am, is it compulsory for all?
Yes, compulsory for all.
What type of photograph we have to take?
Anything of your choice, anything. What is important is, I'll be looking at two things. One is your photography skill, how many, whether the pixels are really clear, there's clarity in your photograph, there is focus in your photograph. Number two is, I'll look at how you interpret the photograph, what kind of rhetorical devices you use, what is the
Edited or non-edited?
mm, your wish. If you think it's really not very clear, then do some editing. And if you
Okay.
think the natural one is good, so it's up to you, but don't lift it. I don't want any lifting from the internet.
Yes, ma'am.
And portraits or landscape?
Oh, anything which you can share it in the screen.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, Pravik, editing is possible, but don't lift it. Yes, Kamrup, you had some questions. Yeah, Manish, shall come to you next. Whoever. Yes, Manish,
Ma'am,
Kamrup.
it was the same question of Ishi, which asked that which kind of photos, like this, what should be the actual.
Anything, any theme is okay with me, until and unless you present it in a very poetic way, in a very nice way. You interpret the photo. What I'm looking for is your interpretation of a photo. How you
Okay,
interpret.
ma'am, I got it.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, Manish Kumar.
Ma'am, what is the need of this photographic skill in this CTC lab?
I'm two things. Yes, your photography, that's also a creative skill, but what I'm looking at is how you're interpreting the photo.
Actually, one doubt, ma'am.
Hmm.
Ma'am, in which device you have to click, DSLR, camera, or phone? If we are clicking in phone, if some will click in DSLR, then their clarity will be better than us, no, ma'am. So you have to say the criteria, no, ma'am. Which device you have to click the photo?
Any device is okay, Ishi, because
Okay.
not It's difficult. Okay, okay. Anything, whatever is. But as Manish said, what is the need? The need is I'll be looking at how you interpret the photo. Yeah, your interpretation is also important. Yeah, yeah. Okay, whatever. So, so Anisha, you just have to tell the participants the sequence in which they have to present it.
Okay, ma'am. I'll do it.
Okay. Okay. So, any other questions?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, Sudhanshu.
No,
Ma'am, कैसे उठ
Please
रहे
say
हैं?
something.
Yes, Sudhanshu. Go ahead.
I actually have never been in any kind of election. I've never tried being a candidate in any kind of election. This was the first time I tried this. So,
Very good.
and also, ma'am, I knew that Deep is going to be the winner
Why?
because
Why is
earlier
he not
once
sing?
no, ma'am. Earlier
Has more
once
fan following
this
in our
voting has
class.
been done earlier, so I had some idea that Deep will be the winner.
Oh.
So that was only I was trying to make fun and try to make the class more interesting.
Yes, yes. I understand, Sudhanshu. I understand all your motives. Yes, that's true. I was literally rolling on the ground. I mean,
Don't feel guilty, Sudhanshu.
no, not at all. No, no, it's not about that. What I wanted to say, you're having a lot of fun. I understand that. But you
Don't
know,
cry, don't cry.
but ultimately, it's the onus lies on us. The onus lies on our politicians as to what they are, what they are propagating, and what their entire activities are being observed very keenly. Our children observe us, so we don't have to advise them. We just need to do, and they are going to follow what we do, not what we say. As the saying goes, kids do as they see their elders do, not the other. They won't do what we say. So that's very apt. No one is feeling bad. I don't think Sudhanshu is feeling bad. He just
No, ma'am.
presented his opinion. So, and all agony aunts and uncles in the class. My God. Achyut, Srinath, Ishi, I don't think Sudhanshu is feeling bad about it or guilty about it. He's just saying that I never fought an election and this was a good experience for me.
Actually, we have some superpowers. We can see the inside of the person who is feeling sad or happy.
Really, Ishi?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my. So, very good.
I guess you're looking at Lucifer so many times.
Yeah, what are your desires?
You can make a lot of money like that, Ishi. Because our people are so fearful. They always
Yes, ma'am.
they always believe in astrology and things like that. Okay, class. So we didn't complete abductive reasoning. We'll do it in the next class, and that's your activity for the next lab. Okay. So I'll
Yes,
see you
ma'am.
in the next class.
Thank you, ma'am.
Take care, all of you, and
Thank you,
goodbye.
ma'am.